once this sometimes takes a little bit, but then once we're ready, we'll hit go live. This thing. And it's kind of nice because you can see how many views you've got right now, the likes, and it kind of gives you the data on what's been going on. Obviously right now we're not going to have much, but so everything that's on here will be shown on the YouTube. So that is what's playing on our YouTube right now. So if you were to pull it up, click on it, that's all you're going to see. You're not going to hear anything.
All this time, you're always on my mind. I still miss you. All this time, you're always.
The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into tonight's boys basketball game here inside Pine City High School between the Pine City Dragons and the visiting Ogilvie Lions. Of course, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, and tonight I have a special guest with me who is going to be a part of this broadcast. And Taylor, why don't you introduce yourself and kind of what got you interested in this sports broadcasting?
Yeah, so I'm Taylor Tollefson, and sports broadcasting, I'm just like really in love with the sport. Like, I originally wanted to go into like the kind of a physical trainer, but then I was like, well, I don't really want to go through so many years of nursing, so
Right.
and like nursing school and all of that stuff. So then I was like, oh my gosh, this Big Ten like broadcaster, she's amazing. She's like, she broadcasts Minnesota she's primary volleyball.
Okay.
And so she really inspired me, and I was like, whoa, what if I try this out instead?
Yeah.
So that's how I really got into it, and then I'm just like, I will be in sports like for the rest of my life. It's always been since I was born. So I feel like I just couldn't leave that.
Absolutely. So that's a great way to start, and because I think that's how a lot of people start. How I wanted to be a part of it is kind of the same way. I heard Vikings football game on the radio. I heard how enthusiastic it was, and I thought, man, that's something I can do. I can talk about sports all day long. Why not try and go into it? So very cool to have you along with us here tonight. Thanks so much for joining me. So we'll get your sports background now. Of course, you play volleyball, of course, but what other sports have you played or will you play in the spring?
When I was younger, I was like primary volleyball, basketball, and softball. I did that through 7th grade. And then now I kind of now that I do big club volleyball, I focus more on that. And then during the spring, I've just done golf because that's easy, fun.
Yeah. It is nice leisure fun. It's not, you don't have to be out there sweating too much unless it's hot. But
yeah.
Minnesota Springs don't get real too hot. They're kind of cold. Last year was a good example. I guess you maybe didn't get to play too much golf for the school, I suppose, last year because of the snow.
Yeah, it got pushed back, and we have practices here in the 7th grade commons, so that helps. We have golf simulators. We have
fun.
putting, little perfect putting things. So that's just good practice too, getting good putts in.
Absolutely.
And then when we got on the course, every single day was sweatpants, and you'd be wearing your fall jacket.
Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully you won't have to be so cold here tonight, and hopefully the action on the court will heat us up a little bit. And we'll go and talk about the action here a little bit on the court. Of course, it will be Pine City and Ogilvie. And now, before we get into that, have you been able to watch maybe boys or girls basketball for Pine City yet this year?
I have not, but I have been able to listen in on some games. I'll listen in on my car rides home, so I'll listen up on how the players are doing.
Absolutely. Well, starting here tonight with Pine City and Ogilvie, of course, Pine City comes in having not yet won a game, but starting with the visiting Ogilvie Lions, they are 2-1 on the season, already 1-1 in the conference. And now, Taylor, you know conference-wise how important those games are, playing in volleyball. Of course, everyone seemed to be chasing Rush City this year, and I'm sure that doesn't hurt at all to hear that Rush City won another title, but knowing that how big conference games are, how big is a game like this for Pine City, still having yet not won a game, but also a conference game?
This will really help them go up in the standings. They'll go up in the rankings. It'll help them go into conference plays and possibly even getting the all conference.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you played volleyball, so again, a conference that was super competitive, and you guys were so close with Rush City all year long. When you're behind a team like that, how hard is it going into a game against that team and knowing, hey, we need to kind of win this one to at least have a chance? How tough is that?
It's really tough. It's all about the mentality and how you want to go into it. So you can either have the mentality of, yeah, I'm gonna play my hardest. I'm gonna play for my team, and I'm gonna make mistakes. That's okay. But if you are going in oh my gosh, I have not been doing good this whole season, I'm probably gonna get benched. You're probably not gonna play good at all. You're probably not gonna, in this instance, you're probably not gonna make any baskets. You're not going to make it.
Yeah, and I agree. It is a lot on the mentality of a player, especially in those type of games. But continuing on here with the Ogilvie Lions, again, who are 1-1 in the Great River Conference. They beat Floodwood to open up the season 92-36. That's a pretty lopsided one there. Then they lost to Hinckley Finlayson 77-51, but then went on to beat Rush City just on Tuesday 63-54. And now they come here to Pine City. Now, believe it or not, Ogilvie has only had one home game so far, and that was against Hinckley Finlayson, in their loss. So another road game for them, and they won't return home till after the Christmas break, after a tournament actually on Thursday December 21st. So next week, they won't play until next week, Thursday, in a tournament over in Sabika. There will be 4 teams a part of that. Of course, the host Sabika, then New York Mills, and Fond du Lac Ojibwe, of course, along with the Ogilvie Lions. So Ogilvie Lions coming in here looking for their second straight conference victory over the Pine City Dragons. Speaking of the Dragons, taking a look at their season up to this point, of course, they are 0-4 on the season. Haven't played a section game yet, but they have played some tough teams up to this point, and some teams who I think might surprise people this year. One of the teams that is just very good is North Branch, having lost to North Branch 89-48. But then a team I think that might surprise a lot of people is Hankley Finlayson. They lost Hankley Finlayson 88-77. That was a team last year. That was a good mix of seniors and younger players, and now they're getting some veterans back for that team. So I think Hankley Finlayson is going to be a team to look out for in the conference. Of course, then they lost to East Central in a very defensive game in that one. Then they most recently lost to Chisago Lakes here on Tuesday, but getting another home game before next week, wrapping it up on the road before the Christmas break at Foley and Moose Lake Willow River. So 0-4 to begin the season. Of course, the volleyball team you play for, of course, Pine City, didn't have that kind of a start. They got off to a really nice start, got a ton of wins this year, but there might be times where, let's just talk sets, where you might lose, let's just say, 4 in a row. And what does that do for your mentality when you've lost, again, let's just say you've lost a match, but then you lose another opening set? What does that do for your mentality, and how are you as a player try to pull yourself out of that?
So I primarily focus on looking at the positives of the game. So, like on the court, you look at a teammate like Carly Jusak. She had phenomenal hits in the middle or phenomenal hits on the outside. You would just, you want to focus, I would focus on, those amazing hits. I'd be like, Carly, that's such a great ball. Oh, my gosh. I'd be so happy for her. So I'd just be giving compliments constantly because that just makes me feel better. But as a team dynamic, it's really hard to get everybody up.
Yeah.
Because everyone's confidence is down, and it's so hard just to get it back up if you're in a deep hole.
Absolutely, and I know watching you on the sidelines, you were always jumping up around. You seemed like the spark that this team needed sometimes, so it was always cool to see that. But that'll wrap it up for our pregame here on WCMP. We'll take a commercial break, hear word from some of our fine sponsors, then we'll come back after the national anthem has been sung and the starting lineups announced. Of course, you're listening to boys basketball right here on
All right,
WCMP.
settle down. Let's call the meeting of people that complain about everything all the time and never do anything about it to order. Any complaints?
Yeah, my heating bill's too high.
Oh, yeah? Well, Bobby just bought an outdoor furnace from Central Boiler, and he eliminated his heating bill.
What about the hot water?
He eliminated that heating bill, too.
What about his shop?
He heats that, too.
I have no more complaints.
I think Central Boiler offers a solution to our complaints.
Save money on your cooling and heating bills. Visit northlandboilersales.com, your local Central Boiler sales dealer. Want to make some extra money this holiday season? Then join Burnett Dairy Cooperative's Cheese Store Holiday Crew. They're looking for temporary employees to assist with gift box orders from October 1st through January 6th. This position is scheduled Sunday through Thursday from 12 to 8 p.m. with an hourly rate of $14 per hour and an end-of-the-season retention bonus. Call 715-689-2170 or apply online at burnettdairy.com and click on Careers.
Wellia Health is here to keep you feeling your best so you can enjoy all the things you love best. You can count on us for your eye exams, mental health services, rehabilitation, wellness exams, urgent care, and much more. At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well. Let Wellia Health help you get back to your best. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. 320-679-1313. WelliaHealth.org.
With Bad Boy's patented Easy Ride and Gen 2 independent suspension, heavy-duty American-made steel construction, and legendary muscle, there's no mower that brings more comfort, durability, power, and value to mowing pros and homeowners than a Bad Boy mower. Mow with an attitude. It's the driving force behind every mower we build in the good old USA. Our promise to lead the industry in innovation and performance. Available only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City. Mow with an attitude.
untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
This can be the loneliest sound, and it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
Embrace Orthodontics would like to take this time to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. It's people like you that make Christmas a sacred, meaningful occasion. Embrace Orthodontics wants to thank you for allowing us to serve you over this past year, and we look forward to continuing to provide quality orthodontic care with Invisalign and braces in the year ahead. Gifts come and go, but a smile is forever. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Embrace Orthodontics. Find us online at embracemn.com.
'Tis the season to share the joy of Wisconsin cheese. At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, they understand the importance of great cheese and take pride in their gift boxes. Burnett Dairy can customize gift boxes and include a nice note, and they can be shipped throughout all states except Hawaii. Who doesn't love cheese? This is the perfect gift for anyone. Order your cheese gift boxes online at shop.burnettdairy.com or give them a call 715-689-2748 for custom orders, and they can be shipped or picked up at the store.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMPradio.com. Game Day Gilman, joined by Taylor Tollefson. And taking a look at your starting lineups here for the Ogilvie Lions, it'll be number 0, Tucker Kenyon, then number 1, Hunter Kenyon, number 4, Nathan Hagel, 10, Noah Bitts, and 13, Cole Hergis. Then for your Dragons, it'll be number 0, Jace Peterson, number 4, Charlie Osmus, 10, Briar Willert, 23, Eli Fromm, and 24, Matt Blake. And again, Game Day Gilman joined by Taylor Tollefson as the Dragons win the tip. Briar Willert has it on the near side, gives it off far side Blake. Eli Fromm left alone at the near side, elbow for 3, no good. And the rebound there by Cole Hergis as the Lions take it the other way. Lions wearing their white jerseys and pants. The black stripe down the side of the jersey and pant, the black letters and numbers. No outlines. As now taking it to the basket himself. Layup is no good by Hergis, and that one, I believe, rebounded by Peterson. Willard has it, gives it off on the far side to Osmus. Now to Peterson on the far side elbow, dribbling inside, spinning, getting to the basket, and dropping it in for the first points of the game. That was Jace Peterson on the basket. And Taylor, of course, playing volleyball. How important is it to get that first point of the game?
It just gets the momentum right away, gets it going. You always say when you have when you get or you don't have the serve, you're always like, get the first kill. That's the good thing to start it off. So getting that tip is the right thing. That just gets it off to a good start.
Absolutely, and the Dragons do miss a shot, but Eli Fromm there for the rebound. Taken to the basket was Peterson. His shot no good, then rebounded by Bitts for the Lions. Now bring it up the court. Hunter Kenyon, you might recognize some of these names from the Ogilvie Lions from their team, as now the Tucker Kenyon pass is taken away by Briar Willert and then knocked out of bounds on the west side of the gym by the Ogilvie Lions, so the Dragons will hold on to it. Dragons will go right to left on your radio dial. Lions left to right, and Sawyer McDaniel will check into the game for the Dragons. So he's into the game now for Jace Peterson. The inbound to Osmus. No good on the 3, but rebounded quickly by McDaniel. And racing after the rolling ball was Willert. Willert gets it, and he's being bumped there by Hunter Kenyon, but gives it off on the far side. Now to Eli Fromm. Back inside to McDaniel. His shot's up and no good. And then rebounded there by Hunter Kenyon, and he is going to be fouled. And I didn't quite see who got that foul on the Dragons' part. We'll try and see if they put it on the scoreboard. Maybe not. Maybe he was just out of bounds. Not sure. So it looks like it might have just been out of bounds possibly on Pine City. So just over now, 2 minutes off the clock. Ogilvie has it in their offensive zone. They pass it back outside to Bitts on the far side, elbow for three. And Nathan Hagel delivers on the three, and Ogilvie takes a 1-point lead, 3-2. Willard has it, trying to drive inside, backs it out to Osmus. That ball was tipped, and Osmus was nearly tackled. They were going to call a foul, but that referee on the far side decided to not call it, and I think that's a case in where if he falls, he calls it. If he stays up, he doesn't. And have there been ever any calls like that in volleyball where if it would have went maybe this way, they would have called it, but they instead didn't?
Yeah, a bunch of times. You know, it happens all the time. It's like a 50-50 chance. Like you might see a net call, and then the other team has a net call. Like they'll just keep it going, and then it'll eventually either be yours or not.
So sometimes you just can't help it. As now the Ogilvie Lions have it, taking it inside is Hunter Kenyon. That ball is nearly rebounded by Osmus, but as he went after the rebound, stepped on the baseline out of bounds, and now checking into the game is Daniel Milliman. Milliman into the game, and Milliman has some tremendous speed to him. Brings that aspect to the Dragons' side, and now the inbound quickly there to Nathan Hagel, and he drops it in for two. It's a 5-2 Ogilvie lead. Milliman up the court quickly to Willard. Willard has it go through his hands on the far side, bullies his way forward, and for that, he's going to get a foul call. So Willard will get the first foul of the game for the Dragons. And one of the things you always like to see is the fact that when they do get a foul, they look right to the head coach and get that information on what they should do or should have done. And I know, Taylor, with the volleyball team, it seemed like the head coach, anytime that you guys had a question or anytime that there was something they didn't agree with or maybe something that went wrong for your team, they were quick to look to the head coach. How nice was that to be able to have that coach right there just ready and willing to help?
It was so nice. You don't, like, shaking a pass, you don't know what you did in the moment. So you're always looking to her because she's always watching every single play that you do. So she's always there to help. She's like, oh, yeah, you might have had your platform too tilted, so that's probably why it shoot. Or, like, shot forward right away. Or you had it just straight up, so that's probably why it went out. So it was so nice.
Absolutely, and a foul there on Tucker Kenyon by the Lions. We'll give the ball back here to the Dragons. Charlie Osmus with the high bank shot off the backboard. Drops it in for two to get the Dragons within one on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Hunter Kenyon has it. And, we're going to get him for the foul there. I think they got him for the little shiver arm he gave, but I don't know, Taylor, what did you see? I didn't see a whole lot there.
I didn't really either. I just saw the 2 Ogilvie guys, like they were going in and then they just pressed right on Pine City.
But it doesn't bother Ogilvie much because Tucker Kenyon comes up with the steal, and now for 3 is Hunter Kenyon. Shooting in was Hagel for trying to get the rebound, but Charlie Osmus is going to come up with it for the Dragons. Wiener has it on the far side, gives it off to Peterson, and Peterson with the 3. I did that last year too and messed it up. It doesn't help that we've got the wrestling posters near us, and Jace Preston is literally to our left, so I was thinking of him apparently, and the Ogilvie Lions score 2. That last shot there by Noah Bitts goes in for 2, and then the shot here by the Dragons is no good. Rebounded by the Ogilvie Lions, Tucker Kenyon. And now we're going to get a foul on the Lions. And that one, no, they're going to call Pine City. So that one's going to be on Daniel Milliman. I was going to say, I don't see 31 out there for Ogilvie. So that is the second team foul on them. As now they come up the court with it. It's Hunter Kenyon who gives it off to Hagel. Hagel on the near side. Gives it off to number 33. That's Hunter Rappel. And a 3-shot. Oh, it rattles home. They're going to call it a long two from Noah Bitts. Either way, it does fall home for 2. And a steal here by the Lions. That's Hagel with the steal. A shot well off the mark, but getting the rebound is Rappel. Another rebound there by Hagel, and this is going to be a over and back by the Ogilvie Lions, as that one went well awry of the intended target, Kenyon, on the pass. And 9-7 now. Taylor, in volleyball or in just sports in general, is it better to get out to a fast start, or is it better to get out to a strong start? Maybe that isn't as quickly, but you know your team is getting off to a really good start and really strong.
It's probably, or it's better to get off to a strong start, because then once you're strong, you are mentally ready for that quickness of the game.
Absolutely, as Grant Larson hits a 3 on the Pine City side. Gives the Dragons a 10-9 lead. Now with it is Bitts. Bitts on the near side gives it off to Tucker Kenyon. And we're going to get a foul here on the Lions. That's going to go against Noah Bitts. His first, team's third foul. And so far, it looks like they're going to be calling this one pretty closely. It doesn't look like either side is going to be able to get away with too much physicality. And in volleyball, I don't think people would consider it physicality because you're not really bumping bodies, so to speak, with the other team. But there is still a bunch of physicality in volleyball. And talk about, Taylor, some of that physicality and maybe some of it that people just don't see.
One can be, it's happened a lot, just that when you're up at the net and you are just jumping on each other's feet because you're just so close to the net and you're trying not to touch it.
As Hunter Kenyon has back-to-back steals. He scores off of both of them to make it 13-10 Ogilvie. And early on, the turnovers, a little bit of a issue here for the Dragons. That has been the issue early in the season as well. And now we might get Jace Peterson. No, they're going to call Ogilvie on that one. He was moving his feet apparently, didn't have him set. So Ogilvie's going to get the team foul. They're going to call Tucker Kenyon with his second, team's fourth. And at the line to shoot to is going to be Jace Peterson, already with 5 points as the Dragons trail 13-10 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Their doctors, are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at EmbraceMN.com. Peterson hit his first of 2 free throws, so he'll now ready for the second one. Peterson's second one, it rattles home. Got the kind roll off the front of the rim and gets it to drop through as it's 13-12 now. Dragons trail by 1, but with it, trying to get some nice handles on it is Hunter Kenyon. Gets it to the Pine City logo. Stops, that ball is tipped, but it does eventually ends up in the hands of Hagel. Hagel now trying to drive inside. He's bothered. Gives it off to number 3, that is Xander Kimball. Xander Kimball out there for the Lions. And Hagel to the basket, can't get it to fall. Matt Blake with the rebound. That looked like a for sure basket, but it was not as Matt Blake got the rebound. Charlie Osmus no good on that shot. And nearly getting the rebound was Noah Bitts, but he stepped on the boundary line, and that will keep it with Pine City. Fromm and Willard will check into the game. And Osmus will check out, but it looks like we're going to get a timeout called here. And do believe it is going to be Pine City's timeout, so that is their first. Nope, that is not Pine City's. It's going to be Ogilvie's. That'll be their first. I heard full potentially by head coach Kyle Allen over there, so I assume that it was maybe theirs, but that is probably what they want to go over in their huddle. But either way, we do have a timeout, and so far, Taylor, it's been pretty fast action, but the turnovers in volleyball, I guess for people who maybe don't watch volleyball or just aren't as in tune with the game itself, we see a bunch of turnovers so far here in basketball. What is the turnover equivalent in volleyball?
The turnover has to be probably like net touches. You don't. It's very unexpected. You could just go over the net too far, and you could touch the net. The setter could just jump too far and like jump into the net.
Yeah.
So basically, just like net calls in general. It's so hard to. It's hard to control, and then you do it sometimes like on purpose.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, when I'm watching volleyball, I never know how you're running up to that ball and you can keep yourself from touching the net. There is some finesse to it for sure. As now the Dragons do get the inbound to Sawyer McDaniel, that's how you say it, and that pass to Matt Blake was in a dangerous spot, but he wound up coming down with it. Then the pass to Willard is off the mark, and it goes out of bounds. Well, it takes him out of bounds more or less, and that will give it back over to Ogilvie. So another turnover, and now the Lions will inbound. It's going to be Nathan Hagel. He'll give it off to Hergis. Hergis will take it up the court himself. Got that lovely flow just blowing as he drives forward in the offensive zone. Now the pass down in the paint for Bitts is through his hands and out of bounds. So the Dragons, a turnover doesn't hurt them that time as they'll get it back. And McDaniel will inbound here to Willard. And Willard will take it to the far side, fakes the three, gives it to Peterson. Peterson drives inside. Nice move. Can't quite get the spin on it enough to get that ball to drop into the net. And then we're going to get a jump ball call. Possession arrow favors the Lions. So the Lions will get it. Was a rebound there by Noah Bitts, and he'll hold on tight to it for the Lions. And now the inbound goes here to Hunter Kenyon. Kenyon will take it up on the far side of the court, then travel towards the middle, right at the Pine City logo, picks up his dribble, gives it off on the far side to Hergis. Hergis goes inside, had a man open. That's Hunter Kenyon, who was left alone, and the pass nearly got there a little bit late, but Bitts was able to find him in time, and Hunter Kenyon got that one to fall. And now Sawyer McDaniel is pit-pocketed absolutely by Cole Hergis. And then Hunter Kenyon delivers on a three. My goodness, Hunter Kenyon is absolutely feeling it. And Taylor, how dangerous is it for one player to be in a zone like that, but how dangerous is it for the other team?
You don't expect it. He could be like half court and he might make it. He's on a roll with those threes. He's made so many threes. I think all of his points have been threes.
Darn near, and now we get a long three there from Willard, and it's not going to matter that the rebound was by Ogilvie because Sawyer McDaniel gets the pass from Briar Willard off the steal, and McDaniel drops it in for two. And now Hunter Kenyon in some trouble, gets it off to Hagel. Hagel on the far side for Kimball, and Kimball drops it in for three. And all of a sudden, 2 threes in a row here by the Lions have them up 21-14. Under halfway through this first half, McDaniel gets that pass out of some trouble, then gives it over to Willard. Willard, one-hand grab, brings it in. Now to Jace Peterson. Now to McDaniel. McDaniel drives inside. He bumps into his own player and unfortunately has to bring down his dribble and then travels with the ball, and that will turn it back over to the Lions. So a little bit of an unfortunate sequence there for Pine City, as that one is going to give the ball back again to the Ogilvie Lions. And they will get it inbounded here to Hunter Kenyon. Hunter Kenyon on the near side trying to get around Eli Fromm. And physical out there a lot of times like it is for Ogilvie and Pine City. This one, no different. Good passing by Pine City. Now it's Xander Kimball again, That shot no good. Goes through a couple of hands, and Derek Kinn will come up with the rebound here for Pine City, but going to get a steal by the Lions.
Double dribble by one of the Ogilvie players when he was trying to steal the ball.
Wow.
That's so hard to do, though, to just grab the ball right away and not be able to double dribble.
That is, and until you're playing the sport, I don't think people realize how tough that can be. And Yes, like you mentioned, very tough. Tipped ball and stolen away by Hunter Kenyon. May have gotten away with a little bit of a stiff arm there as he shoved one of the Dragons players a good amount, but didn't get the call. Hagel will try to pass inside off the pass from Hunter Kenyon, and Willard got the steal but couldn't keep hold of it because he stepped out of bounds on the far side, and an unfortunate sequence there for Pine City, as now they trail still by 7, under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Tucker Kenyon has it on the far side, gives it off near side to Hunter Rappel. That shot no good. Going to be rebounded by Sawyer McDaniel. They kick it around, and it again is going to be stolen away by Tucker Kenyon in the back court. Tucker Kenyon takes it. He'll hand it off now to Hergis. Hergis dribbles into some traffic, nearly has it stolen, but Rappel will come down with it, and then kicking that pass out of bounds is going to be Sawyer McDaniel. And now, a lot of people don't know this, and I didn't realize it either, but you can use your feet in volleyball if need be.
Yeah, they actually just made a rule now for high school that you can't.
Oh,
but
wow.
It's been going on since my mom was even a player. Like,
Wow.
you could just, like, pop it up with your foot. But for JO, you can do that. And during practices, our team's pretty good at it.
Just giving the ball a little old punt, and sometimes that can help, as now the shot there from Rappel, no good, rebounded by Nathan Hagel, but by the time he was getting that pass off, he stepped on the baseline out of bounds, and the ball will go back to Pine City. We're stuck at 21-14. Looks more like a football score right now than it does, per se, a basketball score, but that will sure change in a hurry, and it's Daniel Milliman with it, bringing it up the court. He hasn't wanted to give it off on the far side to Willard. Instead gives it to Wiener, now to Kin. Kin back to Milliman on the far side to Willard. Willard fakes the extra long three, pulls it down, goes inside. Derek Kin wide open, but can't get the shot to fall. And an unfortunate bounce as Hagel gets the rebound for Ogilvie. They go inside, and putting it up and in for two is Tucker Kenyon. Oh my goodness. And for a player, that has got to be tough on their mentality, Taylor. I mean, it looks, you're wide open, and it looks like the shot is just going to go in pretty easily, and then it falls away. I'm sure that you've kind of experienced something like that in volleyball. What does that do to your mentality, and how do you try and get back quickly from that?
Well, it's really hard when it's consistently,
Mm-hmm.
consistent. So it's really hard to try to get out of that, but then you just look to your coaches and, like, they tell you to calm down.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all you need to do. And then you, like, throw a couple of roll shots to get your momentum back going, or, like, in this instance, doing a couple of two-pointers, just going up for a layup, just for that momentum to get back.
Absolutely.
It's going to get them back into fast momentum and getting back into those threes.
And on the other side, the Ogilvie Lions have it. Hunter Kenyon brought that ball up the court. He slipped. He still kept dribbling the ball to keep possession for Ogilvie, and then Pine City would eventually knock it out of bounds. So it stays with the Lions. But now on the near side, it's Rappel for three off the side of the backboard. No good. Somehow the Lions' Rappel came up with the rebound. It was in Wiener's hands for a moment. And now we're going to get a whistle. We had a few things going on there. The shot clock didn't quite reset. Then it looks like we got a whistle on a foul. And we will get the foul call here on Daniel Milliman. It'll be his second and the team's third. And it looks like it'll be not a shooting foul, so Ogilvie will inbound it on the far side.
You also got to try to lower those fouls down, because the more fouls you get, you're out of the game.
Absolutely, and fouls have played an important role here in this Dragons team season so far, as now Milliman with the rebound. He gives it up to Larson, streaking to the basket, and drops it in for two. As now bringing it up the court is Hunter Kenyon. He gives it to Kimball in some trouble. He's double-teamed, nearly lost it. He does lose it. Grant Larson will get the steal. McDaniel drops it in for two himself. Grant Larson has seen some significant varsity time as of late, and they like his energy. They like what he brings to the table, so they've got him in there now, as now Rappel has it in the front court for Ogilvie, and falling backwards, but he was fouled, Nathan Hagel. And this will be the fourth team foul now for Pine City. Oh, and they're going to get Daniel Milliman his third foul, so he's going to have to take a seat probably for the rest of the first half with 5:11 left. That's unfortunate. But again, going to Grant Larson, only a freshman, and being able to get these valuable varsity minutes as a volleyball player. How valuable is it as an underclassman to be able to get in and get those valuable varsity minutes that either during the heat of the game or maybe in garbage time, as they say?
Just getting those minutes also adds up to getting like thousands of kills, like getting 1,000 points for basketball. It adds up to being that, so that's really important. And then also just putting points up there. It's amazing to just be recognized for the points that you can get or digs that you can get up and stuff.
Absolutely, and very important for these minutes, as you heard. And again, Game Day Gilman. I'm joined by Taylor Tollefson from Pine City High School, trying to kickstart her broadcasting career here. Glad to have her on WCMP. Meanwhile, we got a hard foul here underneath the basket. Dragons had it, by the way, but they will give it up after the ball hit the rim and then hit what I like to call the strap to bring up the board, or down, I guess, in this case, up or down. And now we got a foul. This one's going to go against Austin Wiener. I think the Lions are arguing that was a shooting foul. Referees don't agree, so they will just inbound with the Lions. Her just gets the inbound, trying to streak through the defense, gives it inside to Rappel. Couple of players are on the ground, and now we're going to get a whistle and a travel call here on Rappel. And that ball is going to go back to Pine City. And right now, Pine City being very aggressive, double teaming seemingly anyone who gets the ball. And in volleyball, you can, of course, be aggressive. There are many different ways. But what is, in your opinion, the best way, volleyball-wise, to either be aggressive or just kind of catch the opposing team off guard?
I think both is really important. Like, being aggressive by finding those quick spots and by, like, looking before you swing or hit and just using those opportunities and throwing them off, because then they'll transition their whole back row to, like, a different spot to where they have been caught so many times.
As now on the front court for Pine City, it's not rebounded. It was touched out of bounds by Ogilvie, but on the back court, Nathan Hagel scored again for Ogilvie. As now Charlie Osmus receives the inbound, gives it into Grant Larson, bounce pass outside to McDaniel, now in the far side corner for Willert for three. That's going to be no good. McDaniel comes out with a big rebound. He bounces it back out to Willert, now to McDaniel. McDaniel on the far side to Charlie Osmus. The rainbow shot, no good. And it is going to be Hunter Kenyon with the rebound. Now we're going to get a whistle. Oh, and a travel call. Hunter Kenyon does not agree. I was looking at my stat sheet. I didn't quite see it. And so again, travel, you pick up the ball, you move your feet without dribbling. That must be what happened, but Hunter does not agree. What did you see on that one, Taylor?
I saw him dribbling fully. I didn't see him pick up the ball once, like even like picking it up and throwing over. I didn't see that at any point.
So unfortunately for the Dragons, it won't matter because they get another team foul here. We'll wait to see who that one was on. It'll be their sixth team foul. Looks like that one's going to go against Jace Peterson. Make sure we get his name right. And now the Lions will inbound once again, so it's Hunter Kenyon with it. 25-18 is the score. 3.5 minutes to go on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Kenyon again kind of lost the dribble. He falls that time, and they'll again get Jace Peterson with a foul. Peterson trying to argue his point, saying, hey, Hunter got his arm around me, but they do not agree, and now Hunter Kenyon's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. And I don't know. I think that one might have been better off not being called there, Taylor, because it looked like Jace had a point that maybe Hunter Kenyon did have his arm kind of wrapped around and kind of almost, I don't want to say he forced himself to fall, but almost in a way kind of helped himself slip.
It definitely looked like he was like wrapping himself around Jace.
As the first shot is up, no good, but Hagel there for the rebound, so the Lions will hold on to it. But now Briar Willert comes up with a big steal. He'll settle it down on the far side. Gives it off now to Grant Larson. Larson, again, big varsity minutes here in this one. He's got 5 points in this first half with under 3.5 to go. Larson gets the ball back from Eli Fromm, and that's going to be a little too aggressive there by Hunter Kenyon. That seems like a frustration foul almost on Hunter Kenyon. And one thing I didn't know until this year, Taylor, you can get, much like soccer, a yellow card in volleyball.
Yeah, you can. It's a yellow card's just like a warning, and that's mostly to coaches. Players, you go right to red cards.
Okay.
If you're very disrespectful, you go right to red cards.
Wow.
You can get yellow cards for players. Like, we had it happen probably twice this season. And
Okay.
if it's not your turn to rotate in and you still go up and then back up, that's a yellow card for your
Okay.
thing. So, but for players, it most likely goes to red card right away.
Wow.
But for coaches, it's yellow card, and like that's just a calm down, and then a red card is you're ejected from the game.
Okay, wow. Very interesting. Yeah, I seen that for the first time here this year, and I was like, wait a minute, they have yellow cards in volleyball? And threw me off, but thank you for that explanation. That's a very good explanation there. And we get a timeout here by Ogilvie, as we had about 2 different times where we could have had a steal by Pine City, weren't able to hold on to it. So the Ogilvie Lions are going to get a timeout. So we'll look at that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard where the Lions lead 25-20. They'll, of course, leave you with the smile you'll embrace forever. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. Find out more at EmbraceMN.com. That's EMBRACEMN.com. Under 3 minutes to go here in this first half. A little bit of a lower scoring half for these two teams, but again, we have seen it so far here in this first half, Taylor, that both these teams have shown that they can get hot quickly, but so far the defenses have been doing a good job.
Yeah, they're really on each other. You can definitely tell that if a player, like just that play right now, Eli Fromm was back and Grant threw himself right on the person that he was guarding. This team is very, they are very helpful for each other. They are very on everybody.
Absolutely, and one of the things that is interesting about this season, it is a brand new starting 5 for Pine City. So still getting used to playing with each other, as the shot there missed, and Hagel will get the rebound, but now the rebound here by Sawyer McDaniel. And McDaniel will leap, give it over to Charlie Osmus in the near side corner for 3. Charlie Osmus drops it in for 3. That signature rainbow shot pulls the Dragons within 2 of that Ogilvie lead. But here comes Tucker Kenyon. Tucker Kenyon up on the near side of the court. He wants to give it off to someone, and instead he gives it off now to Bitts. Bitts under some heat by Grant Larson, the freshman. He drives inside. Bitts puts up a shot off the front of the rim. No good. Eli Fromm had the rebound, but it's eventually going to get to Hunter Kenyon. Tucker Kenyon has it, fakes the shot inside, backs it back out far side to Hagel in the far side corner. Shot no good. Sawyer McDaniel there for the rebound for Pine City. He leads them now with 5. He'll take it, give it off on the far side to Willard. Willard will dribble around, gets to the elbow, looks for a screen from Fromm. He'll put up a 3 himself, nearly there, but a little too strong. And the rebound there by Tucker Kenyon. He'll take it up the court himself. He'll pull up just inside the free throw line. Shot, he rings around and falls out. Eli Fromm right there for the rebound for Pine City. Grant Larson will get the pass from Briar Willard. He'll take it up to the near side. That's Larson looking for the screen. He'll give it back to McDaniel. McDaniel fakes a pass to nobody on the near side. Nearly got the defender to fall for it, but he'll give it off to Larson now. Larson looking for a screen from McDaniel. He's going to get it. He'll drift inside. Pass back outside to Willard on the far side. Willard, top of the key, gives it off to Larson. Larson will take the quick 3. That looks like it's on the line. It's just off the mark. Hits that far side of the rim and then goes over the backboard, and that is, of course, out of bounds. So the ball will go back to Ogilvie. And, Taylor, we could be in for a really exciting end to this half, the way these two defenses have been playing. But do you think, in your opinion, the defense will be the talking points here before half, or do you think the offenses are going to come alive here with 33 seconds left?
I really think the defense, it's so strong on Pine City. So right now, I don't know if it's on Ogilvie or it was on the Dragons, so it's Ogilvie. But Dragons, I bet, are gonna just steal that right away. Their defense is so amazing. They have so many tall people that are just ready to grab those rebounds and are ready to just sprint down, and they have quick people too.
Yeah, they do this team speed. I'm glad you mentioned that because this team speed has really shown itself early on in this season, and they do a really good job using that team speed. Larson's one of them. Milliman the other one, as Larson will take it up the court. There you see the speed. Willard gives it off to Charlie Osmus on the far side with 15 seconds left. That does not hit anything. And the rebound there by Eli Fromm. He's going to get fouled, so he'll go to the line and shoot 2. That will be the Ogilvie Lions' 6th team foul. And that one is going to go against Xander Kimball, his first. Again, team's 6th. So Taylor so far is correct. The defenses have been standing up to their end of the bargain here before half, but Eli Fromm trying to break that with his first of 2 shots landing in to make it a 1-point game. And if he were to drill this one, it would be tied at 25. And Fromm can't get the second one to fall. He's 1 of 2, but he gets his own rebound. He says, you know what? We're going to get this last second opportunity. 7 seconds to go, 6 seconds to go. Dragons will obviously be looking for the last shot of the half. It's Larson with it now. He gives it off to Fromm. Oh, Fromm cannot drop it in. Fromm nearly had it, but the buzzer will sound and that ball will fall. And we will head to halftime as the Dragons trail the Ogilvie Lions at the half, 24-25 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, they'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at EmbraceMN.com. We'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors to recap the first half. You're listening to Boys Basketball here on WCME.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
A duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356.
Want a mower that's tough enough to break all the rules? Want everything without sacrificing anything? Want performance for the long haul at an unbeatable value? The perfect balance of power and performance. A bad boy mower. Packed with power, muscle, simplicity, and comfort in the pro you demand. It's that time of year. It's your time. You deserve a bad boy. Available only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City. Mow with attitude.
The holiday season is right around the corner. Share the joy of Wisconsin cheese from Burnett Dairy. They can provide you with cheese gift boxes that are perfect for your employees. So why not show your employees how much you appreciate their hard work and dedication with a gift that they're sure to love? Burnett Dairy Cheese. Order your employees' cheese gift boxes online at shop.burnettdairy.com or give them a call at 715-689-2748 for customer orders. And they can be shipped or picked up at the store.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Embrace Orthodontics would like to take this time to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. It's people like you that make Christmas a sacred, meaningful occasion. Embrace Orthodontics wants to thank you for allowing us to serve you over this past year, and we really look forward to continuing to provide quality orthodontic care with Invisalign and braces in the year ahead. Gifts come and go, but a smile is forever. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Embrace Orthodontics. Find us online at embracemn.com.
Aw, man. Hinckley Collision.
Hell no. My new car?
Hinckley Collision is the right decision. Fender benders, major accident damage, or hail damage. Hinckley Collision is the right decision. With 24/7 towing and fast, friendly, professional service, their collision department will get you back on the road in no time. With decades of experience dealing with insurance carriers, make the call today. 320-384-7002. 320-384-7002. Hockey practice, running a business, heck, just enjoying your life. You've got better things to do. Let Jeff's Outdoor Services handle your lawn care and landscaping. Your home, your cabin, your business, they got you covered. They've been doing it since 1995, and they're good at it. Call today. Jeff's Outdoor Services. You do your thing, and they'll do theirs.
Hi, Rob. Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
All right, settle down. Let's call the meeting of people that complain about everything all the time and never do anything about it to order. Any complaints?
Yeah, my heating bill's too high.
Oh yeah, well Bobby just bought an outdoor furnace from Central Boiler and he eliminated his heating bill.
What about the hot water?
He eliminated that heating bill too.
What about his shop?
He heats that too.
I have no more complaints.
I think Central Boiler offers a solution to our complaints.
Save money on your cooling and heating bills. Visit northlandboilersales.com, your local central boiler sales dealer. Want to make some extra money this holiday season? Then join Burnett Dairy Cooperative's Cheese Store Holiday Crew. They're looking for temporary employees to assist with gift box orders from October 1st through January 6th. This position is scheduled Sunday through Thursday from 12 to 8 p.m. with an hourly rate of $14 per hour and an end-of-the-season retention bonus. Call 715-689-2170 or apply online at burnettdairy.com and click on Careers.
Wellia Health is here to keep you feeling your best so you can enjoy all the things you love best. You can count on us for your eye exams, mental health services, rehabilitation, wellness exams, urgent care, and much more. At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well. Let Wellia Health help you get back to your best. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. 320-679-1313. WelliaHealth.org.
With Bad Boy's patented Easy Ride and Gen 2 independent suspension, heavy-duty American-made steel construction, and legendary muscle, there's no mower that brings more comfort, durability, power, and value to mowing pros and homeowners than a Bad Boy mower. Mow with an attitude. It's the driving force behind every mower we build in the good old USA. Our promise to lead the industry in innovation and performance. Available only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City. Mow with an attitude.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMPradio.com. The Lions lead at halftime, 25-24. We'll go quickly through the stats here. Leading the way for Ogilvie was Hunter Kenyon with 9, 7 for Nathan Hagel. And they had 8 steals as a team in that first half, 16 fouls. For the Dragons, leading the way for them was Jace Peterson with 7, 6 for Sawyer McDaniel, and 5 for Charlie Osmus and Grant Larson. They had 4 team steals in that first half and 7 team fouls. Now, again, I always like to preface the steals by mentioning that those are not the only turnovers that happen. There are obviously turnovers from balls rolling out of bounds or being thrown out of bounds or foul turnovers. So just because they have 8 steals and Pine City only has 4, that does not mean the turnover margin is that wide. But in this case, it is because Pine City in that first half had, unfortunately, a plethora is what I meant to say of turnovers there in that first half. But in this second half here, Taylor, again, pretty even in that first half, a pretty defensive first half by both of these teams. What do you expect to see from each side here in the second half? Do you expect the offenses to pick it up? Maybe we'll see a little bit quicker shots, or do you expect the defenses again to step up?
Well, I really think that the defense is going to really stay strong. They have a really strong defense, but I was listening to Tuesday's game, and Charlie Osmus, when he had his 2 threes, he was constantly on. So I'm guessing that his threes are going to start coming more. And then Briar Willard, he has been getting those rebounds. He has been getting those layups. He has been getting there and stuff. So he will, I'm confident that he will step up more. I'm confident that everyone will step up more in their offense primarily, but their defense is still going to be a good.
Absolutely. And looking at a score over in Bram, the Bram girls lead over Aiken at halftime, 45-18, thanks to Adam Hefty calling that game over on 95.5 FM KBEK. Thanks to him for that update here in ours. 18 minutes are back up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, their doctors are committed, of course, to providing world-class orthodontic care, but they also believe the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. And we have a turnover early here in this one. Pine City will have that ball go out of bounds, so it'll be a turnover, and the Ogilvie Lions will get it back. Of course, they lead by 1, as the Dragons had a nice little comeback there at the end of the first half. Unfortunately, they just missed that last-second shot to take the lead at half, but now the Lions have it in their offensive part of the court. They'll go right to left on your radio dial to start the second half. Dragons left to right, and Matt Blake got the rebound. He looked for Willard. Willard went one way, the ball went the other. So the ball will travel out of bounds and stay with the Lions, and that is part of it. And Taylor, I think part of it has been in that first half. Part of the reason for so many turnovers for Pine City has just been the communication. Talk about how important that is between teammates to have that communication.
One thing is it's trust. Communication really builds up trust. It builds up like you know that you can count on them and on everything. And I agree that's primarily why they're going. Like you saw, Pine City was kind of running into each other. That's part of the communication piece of it. So if they bring that up too, that's gonna turn the whole game over, and they're gonna excel just in this next 17 minutes.
I believe so as well. And now the Ogilvie Lions, Nathan Hagel hits a 3 here to begin the second half. The Dragons go down the other way, turn it over, but the Lions stepped on the boundary line, so the Dragons will keep it, as now Willard has it on the near side. Larson, a slicing pass to McDaniel. He'll get it back from McDaniel to Willard on the near side. Willard pauses, trying to spin around the defender, looking. He wants Larson, gets past the defender, now gets it to Larson on the far side. He gets it inside to Wiener. Wiener will pull up from just inside the free throw line. It's no good. Hagel battled with Fromm for that rebound, and Hagel is going to come up with it. He led the Lions with 6 in that first half. Now he'll hand it off to Hunter Kenyon. And one thing that Taylor had mentioned off air at halftime was the fact that, Tucker Kenyon has kind of been putting the offense on his back. Although he does not have the points, he's kind of been leading this offensive charge for the Lions. So she pointed that out, and I want to give her credit for that because that was not me. I would love to take credit for that, but she noticed that. So we got to give her all the credit on that one. And yeah, she's right. Tucker Kenyon has kind of been doing all the work and then giving it off to his teammates. So good look there by Taylor, recognizing that and helping the broadcast out.
Yeah. Talking about communication also, he's a very good communicator on that court. He notices where his teammates at. He talks all the time when he has the ball. So that's another part of the communication. That's why he's doing so well in this game.
He really is, as now the Dragons have it. They nearly lost it twice, but they hold on to it. It's Larson with it on the far side. He gets around two defenders, gives it off on the near side to Willard. 2 seconds left, and unfortunately, that is not going to get near the rim. So the clock will not reset to 20 seconds, and it will be a turnover back to the Lions. Now, in this game, we have seen some lulls by the offense, and the defenses, though, we can't say it enough. The defenses have been huge in this one. But in these lulls, the Dragons have not been scoring the points that the Lions have, hence why they're trailing by 4 now. But their defense has been keeping them in this one. And again, only up by 4 are the Lions. Make it now 6 as Hunter Kenyon gets his first points on the board here in the second half to make it 30-24 as the Dragons will take it up the court. Grant Larson, a pass behind the back to Sawyer McDaniel, now to Wiener, outside to Pryor Willard. Oh, they're going to say he traveled, and Willard looks to head coach Kyle Allen. And I think he might have said, how in the world was that traveling? As to me, I don't know about you, Taylor, what you saw, but to me that looked clean. It didn't look like he took any steps before he took that shot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he took 2 steps, but I can't remember what the step rule is, but I'm pretty sure that you can take 2 steps before you can shoot, because during a layup I would always take 2 steps and pop it in. So I don't know if the rules have changed or if I'm just not remembering, but it only looks like he took 2 steps.
Yeah, that was a tough call there. It would go back to Ogilvie, but they would lose it in their front court as the pass from Hunter Kenyon goes well outside of Bitts' range of reach. And it will go out of bounds. So Pine City will take back over. So some equal turnovers here by both teams as now Grant Larson gets around Hunter Kenyon, gives it inside to Austin Wiener. Wiener will turn around, put up a shot. No good. And Hagel will grab the rebound. Wiener was huge on Tuesday night, as was, like Taylor mentioned, Charlie Osmus. Whether it was the threes that Osmus was hitting or Austin Wiener inside, those two guys were big on Tuesday night, but now Hagel has it for the Lions. A little bit of a hard shot there, and Grant Larson is going to get the rebound for Pine City. Quickly up the court, wanted to give it in the near side corner to Osmus, instead goes to McDaniel. McDaniel had a chance to bounce back outside to Osmus, but Wiener is there for the rebound, and he'll drop it in for his first points on the night for 2 to bring them back within 4 of the Ogilvie lead, as now Hunter Kenyon has it. He dribbles on the far side, pulls up just inside the perimeter. That shot going to be no good. Good box out by Pine City, but somehow still the Ogilvie Lions come up with the rebound. In fact, they're actually going to say that because of dual possession and Charlie Osmus had his hand on it, and because he stepped out of bounds, the ball is going to stay with Ogilvie anyway. So my goodness, a lot going on there in just that little 5-second sequence. But wow, Dragons just can't seem to get it to go their way. They did a really good job, Taylor. They were boxing out, but just couldn't hold on to. I think they're going to get a kick ball here now by McDaniel. They will. But yeah, just sometimes your hands don't seem to be working as well as you'd like them to, and right now the Dragons have had a few balls slip through their hands. Just can't seem to find the grip on the ball tonight.
Agreed.
As now the Lions will get set to inbound off of the kickball. Inbound in the backcourt to Tucker Kenyon. He gives it off to Xander Kimball. That pass that is to Bitts, and Bitts again. I don't know if that's just the play call or if there's a little bit of miscommunication there, but Bitts, the last 2 passes to him have led to turnovers, and you don't want to single anybody out, but unfortunately he's just been on the wrong end of those passes. And that's got to be frustrating for a player. And you talked about the mentality of the game. How hard is that for a guy like Bitts to have that happen to him twice in a row now for Ogilvie?
Really, it's really how your mental game is. It depends on who the person you are, but it looks like he's shutting down, and it's really hard to get back from that, especially missing 2 passes. It's really hard to get back. because then he doesn't trust himself. You start to lose that trust for yourself, and then you get down.
Absolutely. And now Tucker Kenyon takes it to the basket. His shot no good. Rebounded by Bitts. So Bitts makes up for it a little bit, and then a three there by Xander Kimball, to make it 33-26. Back the other way. Here come the Dragons. Shot is up, no good. Milliman almost had the rebound, but Tucker Kenyon came up with it, and now Hunter Kenyon takes it to the basket himself for the easy lay-in, and all of a sudden the Lions have opened up a 9-point lead with under 13 minutes to go. Larson has it off the inbound. He gives it off far side to McDaniel. Now to Milliman, top of the key, gives it off to McDaniel. Oh, McDaniel lost it. I don't think he knew where the ball went. Now on the far side, as Tucker Kenyon got the steal, he'll give it off on the near side here to Hergis, and Hergis delivers on the three. You can hear the roar of the Ogilvie fans there, as that now gives them a 12-point lead. And Osmus has it. Osmus to McDaniel. McDaniel looks to drive inside, tucks that ball away like a running back as he goes towards the basket, but he's going to be... No, looks like... Okay, they did call the foul. I thought for a second that maybe they called a travel, but they did not, as this one's going to go on Hunter Kenyon, and Sawyer McDaniel will go to the line for two. And getting everything set up and ready as McDaniel will ready the first shot. This one's up. Off the back of the rim, no good. So with 12:22 to go, we'll take a look at that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard.
Embrace Orthodontics. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at embracemn.com.
Beautiful read. Perfect. As McDaniel misses both, and it's rebounded there by Hergis. Hergis, who just got that three for Ogilvie. He'll give it off to Tucker Kenyon. Now over to Hergis. Hergis, he fakes the shot. He drives inside, gets up, but he can't get it to fall. Oh, and Hergis got the rebound, but he did not reestablish himself back in bounds. So it will be a turnover back to Pine City. Jace Peterson, checks into the game. Looks like he'll be checking in for Sawyer McDaniel. Trailing by 12, and of course in volleyball you've seen some 12-point deficits, and you guys have certainly come back from those. This is a little bit different here, as it is, again, a different sport, but what is, do you think, the message from the coach when a team is trailing by double-digit points?
I really think is focus on fundamentals. Like in this game, probably focusing more on getting in for the layups. Like if you have the perfect shot for a three, shoot it, of course. Like you always want to be aggressive, but really looking at the fundamentals, really looking at the smart plays, like going in for layups.
I agree, and it is tough being down by 12, but again, you mentioned it, just looking to the coach, seeing what he wants you to do, and you mentioned the fundamentals. And I think people would be like, oh, what do you mean fundamentals? Well, sometimes it's just getting back to basics, which are the fundamentals you talked about. So a very good point there coming from Taylor, again, being joined by Taylor Tollefson as the Lions drop it in for two. That was Tucker Kenyon. Now we get a steal by Hagel, and before he can drop that one in for two, he's going to get called for the travel. And sometimes on those it's tough because these guys, sometimes their sneakers slip a little bit, and unfortunately that is going to be called for the travel. And it's not like they meant to, but it's just because they get that little slip with the sneaker, and sometimes those are things that you just can't avoid. And oh my goodness, reading it like a book, Tucker Kenyon gets the steal and drops it in for two. He knew what was coming and absolutely delivered on the steal. Grant Larson being bothered. And another steal here by Tucker Kenyon. He gives it off to Hunter, who drops it in for two. And we might see a timeout call here by Pine City. We definitely will. The Lions have gone on an absolute tear here in the first 8 minutes or 7 minutes to begin this second half. And the Dragons right now just don't have an answer. They have let a 19-2 run go here in the first 7 minutes of this second half. And Taylor, this Pine City team, the energy is high, which I got to imagine as a coach, to see the team still have this type of energy trailing by this much is got to be a positive.
Yeah, looking at this team, they're still keeping their heads up, and that's all you want as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have your team positive. You want to have them still up because that means that they aren't thinking of losing. Like they aren't in the mentality like, oh, I already lost. That's what kind of looking at volleyball. That's kind of what we did. Like we looked. Some of the mentality was like we didn't have the energy there sometimes, and our faces and body language just looked like we were already gonna lose. So just having that up is great to see, and like, oh yeah, they're still in this game. They're not going to back down.
And we've seen that again on Tuesday, that this Dragon team, despite the big deficit they had against Chisago Lakes, they kept that energy up, and they just kept moving forward. And that offense, I thought, had taken a big step forward there on Tuesday, and despite the lack of scoring so far here in this one for Pine City, I agree that, yeah, the energy is there, and it will continue to stay, and they'll continue to get it to work their way as Eli Fromm nearly loses that ball. He slaps it out to Grant Larson, and Larson bullies his way through defenders. Oh, and they're going to get him for a travel. That was tough, and anytime I see a trap like that from a team where they trap a defender in a spot like that, I always think, man, that just doesn't feel like it's right, but no, it is right, and it's so tough to get out of sometimes, so it will be a turnover.
Especially when you have both arms just over you, big, tall people just like over you, and it's scary, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. I believe it, being a shorter guy. Yeah. Everyone's taller than me, so having those guys tower over you, yeah, that is not going to be easy, and we'll get a foul here now on Eli Fromm. That'll be his first. Over in the Bram game, the Bram girls defeat Aiken 80-24 over there in Bram. Thanks to Adam Hefty for calling that game. He's wrapping up now, and now we'll get I thought a steal by Charlie Osmus, but they're going to call him for a kick ball. I didn't quite see it. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. Of course, we know the referees down there. They have, of course, the better view. They're down there, so they can see everything a lot better than I can. And a quick inbound here to Hergis. His shot no good. He's going to get his own rebound slapped back out to him. He'll take it to the basket. Shot is through, but they're going to get the charge there on Ogilvie. Great job by the defender for Pine City. Yes. No? Maybe so? Yes. Okay, a little bit confusion. Ogilvie was lining up for the free throw, but it is going to be a foul, and I think they called a rappel on it for the charge. It looks like that way anyways on the scoreboard. And now, an ill-advised pass. Hagel's going to get a steal there. He'll get it right back for Ogilvie, and unfortunately here for Pine City, kind of shooting themselves in the foot as going underneath the basket. Rappel will get the reverse layup to drop in for two, and now it's 46-26, a 20-point lead for the Ogilvie Lions. As Eli Fromm has that pass tipped away, and it will go out of bounds. Last touch by Ogilvie, they're going to say. And the Dragons will get set to inbound here right at the scorer's table. Can't imagine that's too comfortable to inbound from there. A little bit of tight quarters, but Dragons will get it inbounded to Peterson. Right back to Grant Larson. He's going to try and dribble through a double team. Ooh, almost could have got, I thought, Kenyon there for the foul, as I thought he maybe wrapped up the wrist of Larson, but they're going to say it went out of bounds. So Pine City will keep hold of the ball anyway, so good news for them. As Willert will inbound to Peterson. Willert will get it back from Peterson, and he gets away from the defenders. It's 3-on-1, and Peterson, I think that might have been a case there of Peterson thinking about the shot before bringing in the pass.
Yeah, you bring up those hands already to like bring them up and shoot right away. The toss can be way too low, and you can bring them way too high and then just go right through.
And an unfortunate case there for Pine City because they were going to have an open shot from three. And we're going to have another foul here on Pine City. That's going to be Jace Peterson with the foul there. It'll be his fourth. A couple substitutions here for Ogilvie as they will get set to inbound. Good news, it is only the third foul of the second half, so no shot. It'll just be an inbound for Ogilvie, but for sure. And Eli Fromm battling there. He gets the steal for Charlie Osmus, and then they're going to get a foul on Ogilvie. Wow, Eli Fromm bringing the energy here we talk about, and he gets Osmus that steal, and now we'll get a foul the other way on the Ogilvie Lions. This will be Nathan Hagel, his second and the team's third, which will send Charlie Osmus to the line for 2. And Taylor, that's kind of what you need. You just need something to spark your team, and sometimes that can really lead to your team making a comeback. As Osmus missed the first. Oh, and an unfriendly bounce off the rim is going to lead to the Ogilvie rebound for Tucker Kenyon. Hunter Kenyon has it. And these two, again, very talented athletes. They play football, both of them do. Very talented at football, but also talented at basketball. That shot is up there and no good. And oh my goodness, I don't know how Hagel doesn't have a dislocated hip there. Seemed like his, as he was going in for that rebound, his hip went one way, his whole body went the other way, but he's okay. That did not look like it felt good. But it looks like they called a travel, I do believe, on Hagel, who did come down with it, but since he came down with it and couldn't keep the dribble up, it will be a turnover. We'll get the substitutions in and out quickly here, and Peterson will inbound to Willert. Willert, was pit-pocketed there by Rappel, but not without getting a foul. So Hunter Rappel is going to be the guilty Ogilvie Lion. His second foul, team's fourth. Dragons will just get set to inbound again. This is tipped away, nearly stolen away by Rappel. And again, you only have 10 seconds to get that ball past half court, and the Dragons do. Great job by Willert to keep track of that ball. And McDaniel, nearly stolen away from Willert, but he holds on to it, gives it over to McDaniel. McDaniel in some trouble, gives it off in the near side corner to Jace Peterson. Lobs it over to Willert. Willert on the far side, inside to Peterson. Peterson had an open shot, reverse layup, no good. Matt Blake got the rebound, and they're going to get a foul call here on Ogilvie. They're going to get this one on Nathan Hagel, which will be his third, team's fifth on the second half. We're going to have Willert on the inbound, but a substitution was missed. Referee quickly noticed it and stopped the game to let the substitution in. We're 8.5 minutes left here in the second half. Pine City trails 46-26. Willert will get set to inbound for the Dragons. He inbounds, no look to Charlie Osmus. Just off the side of the rim, no good. Matt Blake there, but unfortunately Kimball comes up with the rebound. Quickly up the court for Hunter Kenyon. Shot no good. And I think they're going to say this is Ogilvie ball. Might have Jace Peterson, possibly bloody nose, or either way he's going to have to check out. So, no, it will be Pine City ball, it looks like, as that does go out of bounds off of Ogilvie, but Peterson has to take a quick seat. He'll rest. He'll get whatever it is taken care of, and I'm sure work back into the game quickly. But meanwhile, Osmus has it. He gives it outside to Eli Fromm, near side corner. No good on the three. Racing after the rebound, though, is Willert. And Willert will grab the rebound, and he'll give it back to Eli Fromm on the near side. Back to Willert, top of the key. Over to Matt Blake. Matt Blake fakes the shot, trying to get around the defender. Gives it off on the far side. Osmus, lob shot is no good. But we're going to get a foul called here on Ogilvie. It will be on Hunter Rappel, his third and the team's sixth, and that will send Charlie Osmus to the line for 2, as we've got a little bit of a lull here in the action. We'll take another look at that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard.
Embrace Orthodontics. Leave with a smile. You will embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com.
As Charlie Osmus misses the first one, we'll get makes the first one. We'll get Grant Larson into the game. Matt Blake.
Yeah, those three throws, they're very crucial.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they might only be 1 point, but they're going to keep you going. Like for Charlie Osmus, that might get him his groove. You know, that just that one shot that you make, you might be in the groove after that.
I agree. I agree, because you may not be shooting the ball well, but once you get to the free throw line, there's not a lot of pressure. You're doing it. It's just by yourself. You're there. You've got time. So, shot there by Ogilvie, no good. McDaniel gets the rebound, and now we're going to get a foul here on Ogilvie again. So Pine City now piling up the Ogilvie fouls, and it'll be a 1-1 for Sawyer McDaniel, as that will be the 4th foul on Hunter Rappel. So, again, after 7, it's 1-1, and then at 10, it's 2 any Ogilvie foul. So Sawyer McDaniel at the line for a 1-1. Pine City only with 3 fouls here in the second half, and it looks good for him so far. Sawyer McDaniel gets the first one to fall. Hunter Rappel tried to trick everybody by grabbing it and trying to go for the inbound, but the referees are on top of it and say, no, not quite yet. You got to let them at least take a second shot. And McDaniel drops them both in. Those are huge, and that goes to your point that the free throws are key, because after Osmus made both of his, McDaniel follows up with both of his made, so maybe now this will get this offense rolling for Pine City, as they now only trail by 16 with just under 7.5 to go.
And you practice free throws so much during practice, so when you're up and you have all that pressure on you, you have that chance to make a comeback, and you have that chance to bring everybody back up.
You really do, as we see a quick point here by Xander Kimball for the Lions, but taking it to the basket himself is Sawyer McDaniel, and it seems like this Pine City offense may have all of a sudden found a groove, and you called it, but coming the other way, Kimball with the 3, it's going to be no good. Charlie Osmus got the rebound, and I think they're going to get Ogilvie with another foul. They are. It's going to go on Hergis. His first, team's 8th, so that will send Pine City to the line for a 1-1. We'll see who gets the 1-1 opportunity. Looks like it will be Osmus, and it will be. So, well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, the Dragons may be on a comeback, and you can thank Taylor for that one. She said it. Osmus may have just led that team to a little bit of a rhythm, and he drops in another one. So, Taylor Tollefson is the key for this success so far here after the made free throws by Charlie Osmus. So there it is again. Wow. You might need to come to more. You might just be the good luck charm.
Yeah, just practicing those, they just take the pressure away, because you're in practice. I just remember having to do that, and if you didn't make it, you'd be running. That's just in the pressure part. They don't do it to have you run. It's just in the pressure part of it.
It really is, and looks like we'll get a jump ball here after the missed shot by Ogilvie. Pine City takes it the other way. Grant Larson got part of the rebound, but he tied it up with a Ogilvie defender, and it will be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Lions with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in this game. We'll take another look at that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard.
Embrace Orthodontics. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom light force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. Find out more at embracemn.com.
That's all right. These get tough, especially after a long game, so have no fear. I have done way worse, so you are okay. It is your first time on air. That is just fine. No one is going to hold that against you. These are tough to read sometimes, especially when you're thinking about the game. Then you've got to work back to that. So no worries. You are doing great here tonight. I have enjoyed your time here with me. I appreciate you coming out, and again, look like to be so far here after those free throws the good luck charm for Pine City. So maybe the Dragons will continue that comeback. They trail by 14 as of right now, but with Taylor here, the comeback is on. You heard it. She called the Osmus free throws, and all of a sudden, since then, they've scored 4 more points after his free throws, 6 with them. So I don't know, maybe she knows something we don't. The Lions will get set to inbound here. They do to Tucker Kenyon. Tucker Kenyon races up the court on the far side, stops on a dime, nearly loses his dribble. Great job keeping hold of that dribble. He'll give it back to Hunter Kenyon. He gets around the defender, gives it off to Nathan Hagel. A long 3 is off the mark. Oh my, Tucker Kenyon working hard for that rebound, and he throws that one up knowing that he was going to get fouled. And he's now going to go to line and shoot 2. And that's a very smart play there by Tucker Kenyon. First of all, doing the work, as we mentioned before, and he is just the workhorse for this Ogilvie team. But not only that, he was very smart on that. He got the rebound. It looks like Willard will get his second foul, and the shot is up and good from Tucker Kenyon. But Tucker, again, smart play there by just throwing that ball up towards the basket, knowing that he was going to draw the foul. As, again, he made the first. Willard with his second. Dragons with their team's fourth. Tucker Kenyon drills them both, and it will make it a 50-34 lead now for Ogilvie. But Grant Larson looked for the pass, and I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it works because it is going to be called a kick ball. It looked like it was probably intentional there, Taylor.
Yeah, it did. And even those smart plays can throw them off and get you right back into and readjusting.
It really can, as now Tucker Kenyon's going to get a steal. But now we're going to get a double dribble call here on Tucker Kenyon as he got the steal from Jace Peterson. But a double dribble call. And he's looking to his coach as if to say, Coach, I don't like that call. Help me. Doing a good job, though, and I gotta give credit to both of these teams. They have done a really good job, even though they may have not liked the calls that they've gotten or they've seen. They've done a really good job of just going with the flow, continuing to play the game, and not getting too upset and maybe talking back and getting themselves in trouble. They've done a really good job tonight of doing that. Both teams have been disciplined in that aspect. As we'll get Grant Larson with the foul on the rebound as the Lions pulled it in. And Lions will get set to inbound. It is only the Dragons' fifth team foul, and it is Larson's first. And Hunter Kenyon, or Tucker Kenyon, excuse me, nearly went over and back with that dribble. He was right on that line, but now it looks like we're going to get a foul call here. I think that's Jace, and it is. It's Peterson's fifth, so he is unfortunately done for the night. He's frustrated with that one, not happy as he finishes with 7 points and a rebound on the evening. And Taylor, how important is it, though, even though you have to leave the game like that, how important is it for him to now be a good teammate and try and help his team out any way he can?
Well, Dragons are done and not done, down. They're down by 20 points, and just being that good teammate and being supportive and telling his teammates that they're doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah. And
just being there and being a very supportive teammate is just a very crucial part. I was out for over half the season, and just being that teammate on the bench was really important for the team because then there was energy on the bench.
There for sure was. As now Willard will get the kind roll off the free throw. And again, I know watching back to volleyball season, you were the energy on that sideline. And anytime you were dancing, you were getting the crowd going, you were getting your bench going. It was so fun to watch you be your team's energy. As Noah Bitts hit a free throw or a layup for two. And now Willard was fouled, and he hits one of two as it's rebounded there by Hagel, but getting the steal right back is Willard, and Willard trying to will his team back here. He gets the pass from Eli Fromm for three, no good. Just a little bit short on that one as Hergis is going to get the rebound for Ogilvie. And the Dragons trying not to foul here. They'll get it inside to Rappel, back outside to Hergis. Hergis drives inside, shot up, no good. And it looks like we're going to get a foul call here on Pine City. It'll be the team's seventh. So every foul now will be a 1-and-1, except for this one, it's a shooting foul. We'll see who it's on. It is.
You can also use those screens as strategies. You can move them in, and then the refs will see that the screens are moving, and moving screens are automatic fouls. So just using that in strategies and stuff is a really good strategy in basketball.
It really is, as we do see a timeout called here by Pine City. They trail 52-35 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard.
Embrace Orthodontics. They will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. EmbraceMN.com.
Again, the Dragons trail 52-35. Coaches discussing what they want their team to do, what to do to get their team back on the comeback trail. And again, both teams have done a great job here tonight, disciplined. It's been a physical game. It's been an interesting game. Both teams fighting for it, battling hard. But Pine City right now just haven't gotten the shots. And again, we go back to the turnovers that I've talked about before. The turnovers are going to be I think the talking point at the end of this one even. That the Dragons just couldn't seemingly hold on to the ball here with under 5 minutes to go on the clock. Again, Hergis is at the line to shoot two. A line drive shot is through, though, by Cole Hergis. So he drops in the first one to make it 53-35. The second one, not so kind, as he makes one of two. Rebound there by Sawyer McDaniel. He leads the team in rebounds, and now he looks to pass off to Willard. Willard had that pass tipped, and now going to be stolen away. And that was Tucker Kenyon who threw it off of the Dragon player and out of bounds. And because it goes off the Dragon player out of bounds, it will stay with the Ogilvie Lions. So smart play there by Tucker Kenyon, falling out of bounds, just realizing, hey, I got a defender right here. Why not just throw it off of him? Ogilvie Lions now working into their front court. Eli Fromm working hard against Rappel. Nearly got the steal. He does force a steal. Oh, and they're going to call a kick ball here on the Dragons. Eli Fromm. You know, something that I've noticed with Eli Fromm here in this game, in the last couple games, really, since the beginning of the season, he's really worked on his defense, and it is paying off. He is probably one of the better defenders. Now he forces another. Oh, they're going to call a kick. Are they really going to call a kick ball there?
I think he grabbed it before and ended up.
That's what I thought too, but they do not agree. So another steal that is called a kick ball on Pine City. Oh my goodness. Osmus had the open lane to the basket, and sadly it's going to get called back because of kick ball. Well, we didn't see much there kick ball wise, but that's unfortunate. The Lions have it, working some time off the clock here as Hergis works with it. Looks to Tucker Kenyon. Tucker Kenyon will pull up from the free throw line. Can't get the friendly bounce, and Sawyer McDaniel is there for the rebound. McDaniel will give it off far side to Grant Larson. Larson will give it into the near side corner to McDaniel. McDaniel nearly had that front toe go out of bounds, but luckily was able to keep it alive, and now it's stolen away by Tucker Kenyon. Tucker Kenyon has just been all over the place on this court. Done a great job there on defense. Getting that one in. Now the shot there by Rappel, no good. Grant Larson gets the rebound and taking it to the basket. Osmus, no good. Willard will get the rebound, slapped to him. Willard on the far side. Oh, and they're going to get a charge call there on Pine City. Yeah, Willard gave a little bit of a shoulder shove there to the defender, and unfortunately, yeah, that's a foul almost every time. Sometimes you can get away with it because of the physicality of the game, but that one was pretty clear. Unfortunately, the defender was not lowering into him as he gave him that shoulder, so sadly that one is another foul there on Pine City. As now the Ogilvie Lions inbounded here to Hunter Kenyon. Hunter Kenyon works around Fromm, but Fromm does a good job to get back on defense, again showing the improvements, and now taking it towards the basket. Oh my, and he threw that at the basket hoping for kind of a miracle. He got it to fall though, did Bitts, and now up the other way, Charlie Osmus, the rainbow shot, no good. Hagel's going to get the rebound there for the Lions. I don't know how many he has tonight. There's too many to count right now. Now Tucker Kenyon takes it the other way, hands it to Hagel, and now it's Hunter Kenyon with it, and he'll work towards the far side. Getting around one defender, spinning past another, nearly stolen away by McDaniel. McDaniel has it. Who touches it out of bounds? Looks like Pine City did, and down was Hunter Kenyon, but he's up. He's okay. Again, never want to see anybody hurt, but he is able to get up quickly, and that's what we care about. And the Lions will get it inbounded here. Ooh, that was close. I don't know if Tucker Kenyon was quite established in the back court there. They might have gotten away with one there, but either way, they do hold on to possession. Hergis will take it towards the basket. He lost the dribble. It goes out of bounds. Ooh, and the Lions will have it stay with them yet again. And sometimes, as a team, things just don't go your way. And right now, that kind of what it seems like here for Pine City. And sometimes you have those nights, Taylor. But how important? Oh my goodness, what a play Hunter Kenyon realized the defender had his back to him. He threw it off his back, inbounded it himself, and dropped it in for 2. So I couldn't quite finish my thought to Taylor, but Taylor, again, sometimes you just have those nights. Sometimes nothing goes your way.
Yep.
How important is it for you to learn from a game like tonight, but also to move past it quickly?
Really just if you really want to to move past, you really just have to look back at this game and be like, yeah, it was a tough game. It was tough both ways. And then just the mistakes, working harder at them at practice. Kind of going back to the fundamentals, working on, if you're missing threes, just kind of working on your shot, if it's your shot or if it's your, when you stop and shoot, just working on it, the more, small stuff of it.
Absolutely. As now we see a banked 3 there by Ashton Moore for the Dragons. Gets the 3 to fall, and apparently the bank's open this late. But the other way, Tucker Kenyon hit 5 points in 2 trips. He hit a 3 and a 2, and now a 3 from Nathan Hagel. And late in this game, the Ogilvie Lions have just gotten red hot on offense, and nearly another steal, but yeah, Hunter Kenyon realized, I don't really need to get the steal here, and now this pass inevitably is stolen away by Hergis just because he was in the lane, and he takes it himself. Now the Ogilvie Lions will just kind of slowly bring it up the court. They realize they don't need to score anymore. They're just going to take time off the clock and drain it and get out of here with the win. So they will improve to 3-1. A 3 there is no good, and getting the rebound that time was number 20. That was Sam Johnson. Sam Johnson with the rebound for Pine City. Inside, Ashton Moore working inside. Bounce it back outside to Sam Johnson for 3. No good. Rebound there by Tucker Kenyon. And that should be it. The shot clock is off. Game clock at 15, 14, 13. And yeah, that'll be it. It will be Tucker Kenyon who will dribble out the rest of the clock. And the Ogilvie Lions will get out of here with their 3rd win on the season. Pine City falls to 0-5 on the season. So we'll take commercial break. We'll be right back. We'll have more here on WCMP.
This can be the loneliest sound, and it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
Embrace Orthodontics would like to take this time to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. It's people like you that make Christmas a sacred, meaningful occasion. Embrace Orthodontics wants to thank you for allowing us to serve you over this past year, and we look forward to continuing to provide quality orthodontic care with Invisalign and braces in the year ahead. Gifts come and go, but a smile is forever. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Embrace Orthodontics. Find us online at embracemn.com.
'Tis the season to share the joy of Wisconsin cheese. At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, they understand the importance of great cheese and take pride in their gift boxes. Burnett Dairy can customize gift boxes and include a nice note, and they can be shipped throughout all states except Hawaii. Who doesn't love cheese? This is the perfect gift for anyone. Order your cheese gift boxes online at shop.burnettdairy.com or give them a call, 715-689-2748 for custom orders, and they can be shipped or picked up at the store.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
A duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350. I'm now joined by our player of the game, the lone senior on this team, Matt Blake. And first of all, Matt, this was a tough one. It was a pretty physical game throughout. And what did you take away from this game?
We just gotta do what we do. We just weren't able to execute our way, our program, our disciplines, and that kind of overall led to the loss. It's a team game, so we just got to come together, work on that. We've been working on it all season. It's early on, though, so we'll get it straightened up.
And in this one, again, the physicality was up, but your guys' energy was still there. And how important is it for you guys to just continue to have that energy throughout, not just the game, but also the season?
It's honestly one of the biggest, if not the biggest part of our program. Defense, energy, talk. It's in their energy and talking and rebounding and defense. It's our core. The whole bench has to be loud. Even the players have to be loud and stuff. We're in the locker rooms, we're loud and stuff. Positive too. It's not no jabbing at the other team. It's all positive energy. It gets us our momentum, and it's how we win games. So.
And in a game like tonight, some of the shots just weren't falling for you guys. What is the message amongst the players? What are you talking about yourselves to try and just help each other out, but also to remember to try and get those shots to continue to fall?
We just got to keep each other up. Some guys we just got in our own heads. I think we beat ourselves, so we just got to come together as a team to focus on those shots. They'll fall.
And again, physical game, and you guys seem to welcome that physicality, but sometimes they do get called the other way. Again, what is your mentality when it is a physical game like this, but the calls are just seemingly not going your way?
Yeah, it just happens. It's not going to deter us. We're just going to keep coming at them. Eventually someone's going to break. Eventually they'll break. We just got to keep coming as a team and attacking. Eventually they'll fall.
Absolutely. Well, Matt Blake, thank you so much for joining me, and good luck on the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you.
And now we'll be joined by head coach Kyle Allen. That again was Matt Blake, the lone senior for this Pine City Dragons team. And coach, in a game like tonight, how important is it to have a senior like that on your team?
Yeah, Matt is unreplaceable right now. Matt is our leadership, our heart, our soul. We heavily rely on Matt and what he brings to this team. His leadership can't be underserved on what he's doing. We came into this. We talked about this being a 2-year process. We got a lot of guys that have not played varsity, and not that Matt Blake is punting on his senior year, but he's letting us go slow. He's letting us do it the right way, knowing that it's going to take a little longer, knowing that making sure that the right concepts are in place might take a little bit of time. This is a group that is going on week 3, week 4, whatever it is of their varsity career, of guys that have played meaningful varsity minutes. And so it's going to take time, and he has just been a phenomenal leader, being able to help guide, being able to help keep the boat steady. And it's huge. So I can't overstate that enough of how much Matt Blake means to this team right now.
And we've talked about it before, but we'll talk about it again. This team's energy, it just continues to stay throughout the entirety of a game. And a game like tonight where it was close, then they started to pull away a little bit, and at the end, unfortunately, you guys came out on the wrong side of things. But for you as a coach, how important is it to see your team continue to hold that energy right up to the end?
Yeah, it's huge because it's the building block. It's that first step. This might be the biggest turnover we've had in a long, long time in terms of players coming through. And so, again, as they are all learning, as they are all, getting their feet wet, as they're all doing this, we have to make sure that the principles and concepts of the program are in place. And until we can do and execute those at a high level, at a varsity level, we can't move forward. It's it'd be equivalent to if the offensive line in football can't pass block, we're not working on pass plays, and that's just kind of where we're at right now. So we are focusing in on the important principal concepts of the program, that are tried, that are true, that we've done this before. This is not, the first time we've walked through this as a program or as a system. And so we're excited for the growth of that. This is high school basketball. We're about making great young men and growing them in that process.
For sure, and we could go up and down the list of guys who scored points and everything, but I think looking at it, talking about this program, some of the younger guys that stepped up, like a Grant Larson, who has seen his minutes increase on the varsity side of things, and McDaniel stepping up tonight, but also an Eli Fromm stepping up in his defense. How encouraging is it for you as a coach to see these guys who, again, haven't had these varsity minutes, but be able to quickly step in and grab these varsity minutes and also make an impact?
Yeah, that's the growth, and I think that the guys that are hanging their hats on what we're selling, the energy, the excitement, the loudness, the positivity, the coachability, the guys that are hanging their hats on that are starting to see that they can have some success with it. And when the times get tough, it's okay. There is no easy street. We talked about that today. There's no easy bus. There's no waiting around for easy. We got to stop waiting around for easy. We got to take on hard. We got to get better at doing the hard things. And when the hard things become easy, then we find new hard things to do. So again, we know where we are starting. We know where we are at with a young, inexperienced group. And like I said, hats off to Matt Blake leading this team, keeping them together. He's our voice. He's our soul. He's done such an amazing job, a great job of leading this group and keeping them up, because there is smoother sails forward, but we gotta learn how to sail first.
Absolutely. And last thing for you, Coach, here, you'll be going on a little bit of a road trip here before the Christmas break. What are you looking to see from your team in these practices and then that road trip coming up next week?
Yeah, it's about consistency. I think we're finding a way to be consistent in our energy. We're finding a way to be consistent in our excitement. And that's great things that we can rely on and draw from. Now we got to be consistent on the rebounds and consistent on the defensive end. And I think that's, again, just some inconsistencies tonight that led to that. And then once we get that down, let's limit turnovers. Again, it's I understand the bird's eye view of this, and we're looking at this from 10,000 feet. We're not looking at this from the ground level. So we can see the path. We know which way to go, and guys just buying into the consistency of it and building successes step by step.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you joining us here for the post-game interview, and good luck on the rest of the season.
Appreciate you. Thank you guys for all you do. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. That, again, was head coach Kyle Allen, and we will now be joined again by our very own Taylor Tollefson. And Taylor, again, the lone senior, Matt Blake, you had some seniors on your volleyball team. How important is it for those seniors to take that leadership role, but to also be able to take that with the whole team? Because you kind of mentioned it before, how it kind of trickles down, the juniors, the sophomores, and the freshmen. How important is it for Matt Blake to continue to be that uplifting guy?
He already is an uplifting guy. He is an incredible person, and keeping that just with the team and connecting that with everybody, he's very faithful, and putting that with his team, it has to be so uplifting, and having someone that supports him and having someone or supports them and having someone that is there, and he's a very good person to talk to. So if his teammates need anything or do anything, Matt's always there. He's a very crucial with just his personality.
He really is, and I spoke with him a lot during the football season, and it's incredible to see his leadership. He really is going to be a future leader going forward as well. And we'll quickly turn over to the stat part of tonight, as taking a look at it, Hunter Kenyon did lead the team with 17 points, but a guy who you and I had talked about, and you kind of brought it up, was Tucker Kenyon. Didn't really seem to do a lot on the board. But in this second half, he did. He put up 13 points, but he did a lot of work around the entire court, as in this second half alone, he came up with 7 steals. He had 9 steals in this game, as well as 8 rebounds. Then you have Nathan Hagel, who put up 13 points as well, with 13 13 rebounds. And as a team, they had, let's see, do some quick math. I'm terrible at math, so I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. 9 team fouls here in the second half for a total of 15. On the other side for Pine City, leading the way for them was Sawyer McDaniel with 10, then 9 for Charlie Osmus, 7 for Jace Peterson, 5 for Grant Larson. And then we had a few points scattered throughout. McDaniel led them with 9 rebounds coming on off the bench. That's a pretty good mark. 4 rebounds for Eli Fromm. They had 7 total steals, for 4 in the first, 3 in the second, and 15 total team fouls. So pretty even foul-wise. But for Pine City now, they do drop, unfortunately, to 0-5, and that's tough. But as a team and as the coaches and the players themselves, what is something that they need to look at going forward to try and get that first win? Because it feels like once they get a win, it could really turn into a snowball effect, and they could come one after another.
Yeah. I really think that if they just, like I was saying earlier, like the fundamentals, looking back on what they're doing wrong. So, like, looking at their coaches, that's one thing. Like, during volleyball season, we'd always look at the coach, and then the coach would help us understand what's going on and what we're doing wrong. But also just, like, I used to look at game film, looking closely at what I could do, like why I'm not closing the blocks in some hits or stuff like that. So looking back and then just working really hard in practice and trusting each other, like that part of communication. They had it more during the second half, but really just that part of communication the first half was crucial.
Yeah, and we could see the communication kind of come alive as we didn't see as many turnovers from passes for Pine City, so that was really encouraging to see, and obviously something they had talked about and worked on, and that improved in the second half, which like you talked about, is crucial. It is so big for a team to continue to improve throughout the game, throughout a half. It doesn't matter, and sometimes I think for a team, it can be just about winning a half. And although they didn't win the half, I thought the second half, point-wise, may not have been as good, but I feel like you talked about the fundamentals. I feel like those seem to be a little bit better in the second half.
Yeah, I agree.
And going forward here in this one, Pine City, this will be it for them this week. They will have a day break, and then they will be back to action next week as they will be on the road for 2 games next week before the Christmas break as the Dragons fall to 0-5. The Ogilvie Lions improve to 3-1 on this season. And taking a look at the schedule coming up here for Pine City. Again, this is it for this week, but then coming up next week, they travel to Foley, and that'll be on Tuesday. And then next Thursday, they'll be up at Moose Lake Wheeler River. So that will be it for them here before the Christmas break. And then they will go to a winter tournament, much like they do each and every season. And that is always a ton of fun for them. For us, we do have more games coming up tomorrow. We do have a boys basketball game up in Hinckley. The Jaguars will host the Howard Lake Waverly Winstead Lakers, so be sure to tune in to that one right on this channel. Then on Saturday, we will have the North Branch Rush City Girls Co-op having their home game, one and only home game at Rush City High School as they host conference foe Grand Rapids, or section foe, I should say. So that should be a good one there in that one. The final here in this one, 64-38 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard.
Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace believes the results of remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program. EmbraceMN.com.
And again, don't forget to stay tuned to the morning shows over on 95.5 FM KBEK with Rockin' Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Then over on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's when you can catch your local sports update. We'll talk about this game, all the other games in our local listening area, as well as some regional and national sports as well. Also stay tuned to our websites, WCMPradio.com, KBEK.com, our Facebook pages by the same name, and at Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports, not just local sports, but local news as well. So again, that is it here in this one. And Taylor, any final words here on your first time calling a game? By the way, I must say, you did a really good job.
Thank you. No, I think it's just been such a blast just doing this and getting more into the sports broadcasting world.
Yeah, absolutely. So the $1,000,000 question: will you be back to do it again?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, I know everybody will love to hear you again on the radio and on our YouTube. And if you're watching this on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way, anytime that we go live, you'll get the notification. And all you have to do is click on it, and it will bring you straight to the live video. So again, for the final time, the final Ogilvie 64, Pine City 38. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Remember to be kind to everybody. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could truly make their day. It costs nothing to be kind, and it's pretty simple. A smile, a handshake, a compliment. It is not hard, and I challenge you to just take time to be kind to someone. Make someone smile. Make someone's day here. Well, maybe it's the rest of tonight, or maybe it's tomorrow. I challenge you to do that. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. That was Taylor Thompson. Again, thank you to her for joining us. We will be looking forward to hearing her voice again on the radio station. And until next time, have a great rest of your night.